It's Virtual NAMM 2021 at Geekazine.com. Continuing coverage of NAMM 2021 Virtual. Jeffrey Powers here. I'm here with Nicholas of
Beat Connect.
Beat Connect. That's right. I have my other screen now occupied with the screen share, so I don't have the web page up. Beat Connect. You first of all, you haven't announced this yet, have you?
We are just announcing it right now. I've been working on this baby for the past year, kind of alone in the dungeon that you see around me.
Okay.
Just started unveiling it. We did our session earlier today and unveiled it to the public for the first time.
Okay. Well, you're the founder. So what is Beat Connect?
All right. Well, let me tell you a little story. This might resonate with anyone who's made music before. I love making beats. I love making music with my friends. When the week is over on a Friday, I rush home. Well, I rushed home pre-COVID, grabbed all my gear, as quick as I can, get it in the car, try to beat the traffic to make it out of town to go see my friends so that we could set up and make music all weekend. And because I'm in such a rush, I forget a cable. I can't plug in. I can't make music. I've just so frustrated.
Yeah.
And I've thought about this for a long time, especially because all my friends live so far away. I've always wanted to make music, during the week or whenever I wanted. COVID kind of happened. I ended up with a little bit more time than expected. So just took a shot at it, worked on it a whole bunch until it started to work. Finally, it wasn't crashing. And we were able to make music. And I think it's just a ton of fun to do. And if it's fun for me, I'm hoping it's going to be fun for everyone else too.
Okay. Yeah, it should be fun for all of us that are making music. What is it?
Yeah. So, right. Yeah. So I gotta kind of explain. So Beat Connect is a VST plugin that goes on your master output, and it works with any DAW and will allow you to connect and collaborate on music. And the beauty of this approach of having it as a plugin is that it means that anyone can use their setup that they're used to. Most producers are kind of religious about the software that they use because it's so complicated and it takes so long to learn. So all your favorite instruments, your effects, you could still use them. Whatever setup you have, it's all good. Connect with anyone seamlessly, no matter what system they have. Beat Connect will sort out all the audio issues for you, and then you could just focus on the fun part, which is making music.
Okay. So this is in real time. So if let's say I was on the drum set, I'd be sending you that audio. This is all audio only, right?
This is audio only, but there's some tricks to work with MIDI as well too. Seeing is easier than believing, I think. It's not exactly like Zoom. It's not 1, 2, 3, then we all start playing at the same time. It's not made for live jamming. What it's made for is composing songs and collaborating. Typically, all right, let's say I was going to see my friends. He's got his MPC. He starts doing some drums. He'll put a drum loop up in Logic, and I'll say, oh man, I like that. And I'm fooling around. I got my guitar. I start messing around until I get a lick that I like, or, on the keys. Then I'll put that in there, and he goes, oh yeah. Then he'll do something with a shaker. Maybe he'll drop another sample, and layer by layer, we start sequencing, adding stuff, and we start building up a song. And that's the workflow that's there. So you'll have almost like a mini sequencer. Everything in there is in real time. So think of like Google Docs, but for music, where you could just do, and everyone is the owner of the song. Everyone could see the sequencer. Everyone can participate in moving stuff around, chopping it, and building up the song.
Okay, so they see the DAW. They can control the DAW, and so you could have it set up there, and you could walk away, get a peanut butter sandwich and a glass of milk, come back, and you have a cowbell part all recorded.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, you can go to sleep and come back. You don't even need to be online at the same time.
Okay.
Once you connect with someone, it creates a virtual studio, which is permanent. So all your samples, your projects and stuff are there. So if you have a situation where you're working with someone, maybe not in the same time zone as you, they're around the world, or maybe, you're a morning person, they're a night person, whatever, you could open up the project, drop your parts, leave. The next time you open it up, maybe they added their stuff. So it's really handy for that sort of thing. And I really hate messing with stem renders and Dropbox and that whole nonsense. So the whole thing is built around user tools, everything kind of integrated within your environment to make it easy to see and use.
So the is the computer set up at there's like a host house or something like that, or how do when I want to record my shaker part or cowbell part, where do I connect up to?
In the BConnect interface, it literally is a sequencer. So what you're seeing on my screen now is my DAW Reaper. And when you're going to see BConnect, it's going to be its own kind of sequencer, like a DAW in a DAW. And as crazy as that concept sounds, that's kind of how it works. You would just pick the track that you would want to record in, hit record in your sequencer, and then you could start playing. You could drag and drop files if you want. You could play live if you want. And like I was mentioning earlier, there's some tricks that are in there as well to make it easy to bring in pre-recorded material. So, like a lot of people use drum machines where they click in the notes and stuff like that. Again, you don't have to mess with renders. There's some functions to bring that in.
Okay, well, I guess showing me would probably be the best way to explain it. So let's see what's going on.
Cool. So we'll build something up. Let me just start my server over here.
What do you mean by start your server over there?
Because we're running a demo right now, so I didn't want to connect to the public with everyone else. I got a special demo server with all my special demo stuff. All right, so I'm going to add BConnect.
Okay.
So you could see the plugin right there.
Okay.
And I'm going to make sure all my audio is routed into it. So I've just put it into my master. And this means it's going to capture everything. I'm just going to connect to my demo environment right now. And boom, I'm now in BConnect. What you're looking at over here, this main sequencer part, this is kind of where the magic happens. Everything which is going to be here is going to be in real time. And you'll see once I connect and I invite my friends in, even their mouse cursors is there. Sliders will move in real time. We can all adjust things. Most of these controls are going to be really familiar for anyone who's done music before. I mean, play stop, obviously, volume, turning things into mono stereo, etc.
Okay.
So this is where we'll be recording. And on my left here is the hub where I could see all of the studios that I'm participating in. Okay. So virtual studios, like I said before, once you connect with someone, they're in your studio permanently. So you never need to invite them again. You could always just go to that same studio. Okay. And you can have as many as you want. So if you're doing different kinds of music, maybe you're doing an album with someone else, or maybe you're doing blues with your uncle or something, you can group them by studio, and then it's easy to find your stuff.
Got it.
So I have been talking a lot. I'm letting my friend know I'm about to invite him.
Okay.
So I hit invite, and I'm going to invite Alex. We'll start with him.
Okay.
Boom. He's in. So you can see his mouse cursor moving around.
Okay. Is it different colored mouse cursors for different people, or?
Yep, exactly. It's color coded so that it's easier.
So if there's a third person that comes in, that will be a different color mouse cursor.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you can see who they are up here. So it matches the little circle, the color circle.
It's like a Google Doc. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been kind of talking a lot. I think it'd be better if I did a little bit of audio so you could see exactly how the recording works.
Okay.
And because I've been demoing with some Brits recently, I've been in a jungle mood. So we're going to crank the BPM to 175. It's going to be a little bit quicker. I'll show you one of the features to bring in some MIDI. Like I got a drum loop, okay, which I have composed using this particular plugin. It's not very exciting, but it's there. And I'm going to use a function which is called record when play. And what this does is when I start my DAW, it's going to start recording right away, and it's going to just capture all the audio which is coming in. So I hit space to start my DAW, and my little loop is coming in. I hit space again, it stops.
Now I got aha in my head.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to show than to explain. No. I really found the combination of words.
I have the musical Tourette syndrome, so I got a song already in my head from that drum beat. So. Oh,
nice. Oh, looks like Alex dropped some stuff. And I know he's working in Fruity Loops, and he's got a different sample rate, the whole shebang is different from me. So now if I hit play, I got a little bit more stuff over here.
Got it.
So if I'm lucky, he's going to drop a few more things. Here we go.
Is this one track at a time, or because I'm a drummer, and of course I can deal with stems. Can I do like multiple stems at a time, or do I have to do one at a time?
You could do multiple stems if you wanted to, just for the purposes of kind of showing the basics of BConnect. We're just kind of going one at a time.
Okay.
And and as you can see, it's a little bit longer, his thing. So I'm going to, maybe shorten this a little bit. I'll loop it. Just all the controls that you're kind of used to, you can kind of do. And I'll invite my next friend over here, so you can see what 3 people at the same time looks like.
How many people total can you have?
I don't even know.
Okay.
I've set an artificial limit to 5 for the moment because that's how many little circles can kind of fit over here.
Okay.
But I haven't actually tested the upper limit of how many people can connect. That's something I gotta do. So for now it's 5, which I think should be okay for most bands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I can also. Oh, here we go. Joanne's also dropping some stuff. All right. So I think by now you can kind of see the point. We can all kind of move stuff around. So I can move my samples around. I can move his samples around, split them, whatever it is that we need to do to compose, we can do it. If we start running out of tracks over here, I can always add a few more. There's no limit. So you just kind of go to your heart's content.
Okay.
Just telling them that I'm going to save so they should stop messing around. I'm going to call this demo song.
Is there a separate chat somewhere where you just told them that, or you went through a different program?
Yeah, I've temporarily disabled the chat because I noticed a small bug with it while demoing earlier today. I wanted things to go smooth. So we're kind of on the sly right now.
Okay.
I'm sending them little
notes. But there will be a chat
I'm the
eventually.
puppeteer.
Yeah.
There will be, yes, with video integrated as well too.
Oh, good.
That one is 50% done. I just need to actually finish it and again test. One of the challenges with developing a plugin is that every DAW is different. Everyone's setup is different, and there's always something which is messing up on someone's computer.
Yeah.
And before I add too many features, I'm like, all right, it's just got to work. I just got to get through, the basics and stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't remember if I saved, but I will. The projects are saved to the cloud. So this is, even if I switch computer or do something else, I can always relog into my account and open the song.
So that there's a server that you go to that I would log into that you run that holds those songs, right?
Yeah, like I picked a special server because I'm doing a demo, but for anyone who'd be using this, you don't have to do anything. You just hit login and it's going to send you to where it needs to go. But
what I'm asking is I can't say, okay, save all my stuff to Dropbox, save all my stuff to Google Drive or anything like that.
No, but you can export your songs if you want to. So if you want to get the WAV file, you can get the WAV file. If you want to get the stems, you can do that too.
Okay.
So you always have the option of getting stuff out there. And as time kind of moves down, I'll see if there's more integrations that we can do. It's actually kind of a cool idea to have it export to Google Drive directly. Yeah. I like that.
Okay. That's what I'm here for.
This is my studios over here. So I could create another studio if I wanted to. I could click on it. This is almost like flicking through channels, right? So if you can imagine that you have like a few people that you make music with, I can click here, see what's going on. Obviously in this case, because there's nothing there, it's empty, but I can go back. It's going to download right away. There's no real lag or anything like that. It goes pretty quick. Spent a bunch of time on optimization. So
when you record, what's the rate that you record at, and is it the same if you're pulling it off in this situation?
Yeah, it's actually going to match the sample rates of the users who are connected, ideally at the highest. So let's say me and you were connected, we're audio pros, we have gear at 192. It's going to synchronize and send samples and do everything at 192 without any compression. If someone joins in, like Johan, and he's got his little MacBook, so he's running at 44K, it's going to downsample stuff for him at 44K. There's a lot of logic under the hood, though, to make sure that we don't resample too many times. I always keep a copy of the original to not introduce any artifacts in the audio.
But then we have a whole bunch of tracks at 192 and one track at 44.
It would get upsampled, though. So it would get converted. Honestly, to the ear, well, at least to my ear and my little speakers I have over here, I can't really hear the difference. If you're really a specialized pro audio person, you might be able to hear the difference. But if you're really specialized pro audio guy, studio, big name producer, you're probably working with other people who have similar high level gear. But the point is to be inclusive, right? The point is anyone can connect, drop whatever you have. If you got a potato computer with, a broken sound card and the webcam is upside down, it's still going to work.
Okay. Let's say you have 192, but a horrible internet connection. Will it still work at 192, or will it pull it down to get files across?
No, it won't pull it down at all. It'll just take a little bit longer to download the sample here. That's all.
Okay.
So in this approach, I feel like what we're doing here is different, right? It's not like Zoom where, if the latency screws up, oh no, the audio's choppy. It's gone down. It's messed up. It's almost like an asynchronous/synchronous workflow. So if something takes a little bit longer to download, it's not really the end of the world, whether it's 1 second or 2 seconds for a sample to come in, as long as it's there and I can hear it and I can mess around on my side in my DAW to go, find some sounds or record some bits. That's all I really care about.
I'm going to throw one more idea out here because I was thinking about this. Let's say you bring on 3 people, and this is not for music. This is more for a podcast type thing. So they can record as they go, and then it ends up when it finally produces it produces the full track on their track line. So you could actually create a 4-person podcast with their own audio coming into this, where you could then do a whole bunch of editing and not have to separate people's voices out, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I would just have to make it so that when you hit record, there'd be some feature where it starts the recording at exactly the same time for everyone else. And then it would be fine. It would just work. And I guess you wouldn't even need to do that if the audio goes on long enough. Everyone would just need to. Well, you'd have
some sort of sync thing where you go 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. How long of a file can you create?
There's no limit right now.
Okay.
The longer the file, the longer it's going to take to download, of course. So if you're going to record a podcast, which I can imagine being, let's say, an hour long or something like that, I wouldn't expect those samples to download in, a minute or 2. I would give it a little bit of time depending on people's connections, but it'll go through for sure. Okay. It's pretty reliable in that
So we're at NAMM, and I'm thinking of this, and I'm going a little bit off rail once again, but think of this. Every year at NAMM, they have the drum circle, the percussion drum circle. But except I don't know if they're doing it this year or not, but you could literally have a whole bunch of people logging into this server, and then you have the main beat already in there, and each person could start contributing their own sounds into the drum circle as a whole, and then come out with a finished product.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
I've thought about that. I mean, my vision for this is honestly, my dream is I could wake up, I go get my coffee, I'm still in my pajamas, well, like I am all the time, but I come in, I open BConnect, and boom, there's people making music. I go in and out, and all day we could just connect and kind of do stuff. I would love to have automated like remix competitions where a sample or a studio would appear just for like a week and everyone has to do their stuff. And at the end, everything gets published on the website. I mean, there's just so many kind of cool and fun things that we can do with this.
Have your favorite artist create some sort of track and then see who can layer the track the best way. Yeah, absolutely. So
imagine, right? Imagine there's a competition and some kid gets a chance to make a beat with Dr. Dre for 30 minutes and that gets streamed, right? How
Absolutely.
much, like how cool is that for the kid and for the artists as well, right? That's a really great way for them to connect with their fans.
They can also find a musician that's like, yeah, I like how you play those licks. Why don't you become my lead guitarist? Why don't you become, my lead bagpipe player? I don't know, whatever instrument comes into mind there. So we have we're going to show the finished model then, right?
The finished model
on what you guys created here.
I mean, this is BConnect as it exists today.
Okay. I thought you were going to play this.
We've just been cutting and splicing it randomly. Imagine just like an axe murderer attacking a pizza. I don't think you want me to hit play.
Oh, come on, hit play. No, do it. That's not too bad. It takes
just a little bit of random tweaking. Splice.
Yeah, a little bit tweaking it would actually sound more planned than anything. So no, that's awesome. And you said this is not MIDI. This is all wave samples because you haven't.
It's wave samples, but if you remembered at the start, I used this feature here, record one play, so I could just hit play in my DAW and it records what's in there.
Let me switch. Okay, the record one play. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So what this does is it says, okay, when the DAW is playing, record whatever is coming out of the DAW. So there's a lot of I see so many kids who are making hip hop beats where they click in the notes for all the piano and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They could do that And then when they're ready, record one play and hit space, and it's going to record. So that way they don't have to do a stem render. I think that's my big thing. I hate menus. I hate going to a web page. I don't like trying to find a file that I can't remember what folder it's in. So it kind of bypasses that sort of thing.
Wow. Okay. That's crazy. That's awesome. So, what you just released? Did you just release it today, or is you announced it?
No, I showed it to the public for the first time. Well, that's sort of a live. We had like a half sort of open beta going on. I posted a few times on Reddit. There was tons of people responding. We got 500 signups. There's been about 125 active users in and out from all over the world who've just been logging in, telling me, "Hey, Nick, I would like this a little bit better," or just telling me the different bugs that they have. I've just been spending tons of times fixing it. I built this whole thing myself. And I'm starting to go a little bit crazy because there's some interest. So I'm hiring developers now, expanding the team. And I really want to build this and make something awesome out of it.
I'm pretty sure that you can find some backers and things like that to make this happen, because this is pretty interesting. I'm really excited about how this is. I'm going to definitely show it to some musician friends, and we'll definitely try it. Are you planning to do a subscription model, or are you planning to do, how is that going to work?
Yeah, it's going to be a subscription model. I don't want to break the bank or anything, and I know some plugins are expensive. I'm just guessing with the price right now, but I think we're going to go with $10 a month.
Okay.
Or $100 for the year. Okay. That seems to be less than some of the other tools that I've seen out there. It's enough to cover the cost of the data going back and forth on the server and the maintenance and things like that.
Well, if you allow them to do storage on different areas such as Dropbox, and they cover their own storage, then you can definitely keep a low price on that thing.
Most of the costs come from the data being sent. As soon as data leaves the server, it's called data egress, and that's where the meter starts ticking like electricity.
That's true.
So.
That's true.
But I also think that people want to make music with everyone else. And it'd be kind of crappy if I want to make music with you and both of us have to have an account. I've been thinking about a producer account where you can have some guests. So for people who, let's say, have a band, well, not everyone needs to have a license. You can get kind of a group license, which is less expensive, and then everyone has their thing. Yeah,
the only thing I'm thinking of is security. If you've got 5 people and you don't want anybody else touching this stuff, or you don't want people to find out that, Garth Brooks is on here making a song or anything like that, and then they try to get into either mess with it or listen to it. So I'm guessing there's going to be some security on this.
Yeah. There's tons. I've worked in software for a while. Music has just kind of been a hobby, and it's just awesome. I can kind of combine both. So I'm following all the latest, hoopla. But more importantly, the way BeConnect works is, yes, there is an open kind of cloud that you can connect to, but there's also a possibility of me distributing a private cloud. So let's say, even I've been in talks with music schools, because this is really great for teachers and educators and stuff like that. They would want to host it on their own intranet and not necessarily allow any outside connections, and that's totally possible without any issues.
Okay, perfect. So for more information, where do people go?
Just go to www.beconnect.com and you'll get everything you need right there.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, awesome stuff. I'm impressed. I know, like I said, I want to send this off to about 5 different guys right now and said, "Hey, let's do this. Let's do this." So cool. So congratulations. Great job. I think this will definitely explode somewhere for a lot of musicians out there. So
thank you. Right. I hope so. I honestly, like, if I can go on a little rant, this is a passion project. I don't want to turn this into something which is really annoying. I'm trying to build this with my needs and other people's needs, because I just want to have the best tool that I can selfishly use to make beats with my friends and stuff like that. So any ideas, I'm open to anything. And I think we can make it awesome. And I love that it works personally with every DAW. I think that if a major player in the industry would try to replicate this, they would have a tendency to lock it down to just their DAW, because of all these brand monopolies that are out there, which is something I'm against. Yeah. So that's my little rant.
All right. No, that's a great rant. Thank you. This is awesome. I can't wait to see BeConnect out there, and we'll stay in touch, and we'll do some updates on how the program's going and everything like that.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Thanks a lot for watching this video by Geekazine. If you're over on geekazine.com or youtube.com/Geekazine, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification so you know when the next video comes out. Until next time, you guys geek out and take care.